Nothing that is wrong in wanting you to stay here with me.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Truckin' Journey. I'm Trucker Jim, and this is episode 86, and I'm coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. I arrived last night, but Global Express, or whatever that U.S. Express company is, well, they weren't there last night. So I got a little knock on my door about 5 a.m., got unloaded, and now I'm at General Electric. I originally was supposed to pick up at Reynolds. I don't know if it was Reynolds Rep, but it had a noon pickup time. And well, I told dispatch I really don't want to hang out for several hours. If I had to, though, I would have got a workout in. But I'm not, so I'm rolling. And I am at the General Electric here in Louisville, getting ready to walk in and check in. I scoped the yard to see if I could find my trailer, but it is not on the K lot, which it normally is. So I'm gonna have to go find out. So let's do that. On snowy, cold, icy sort of days, you really got to watch your step. If it's white, that's usually no problem. But if it's clear, watch out, people. You'll bust your ass. The yard dogs got chains on their tires, so they shouldn't do too much slipping and sliding around. But my trailer's over in the L lot.
You've got somewhere to go. Won't you make yourself at home and stay with me? And don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest your head.
I found the trailer. Now you see that itty bitty little sticker that would look better on my coffee cup? I was kind of expecting it when I saw that long number. Short numbers have lots of logos and stuff on the side, even easy to find. Numbers like that have stickers like that. And whoever actually physically decided to put that itty bitty little sticker on a trailer, they deserve at least one good punch in the mouth. We've got bigger stickers. That's someone that doesn't have to search a yard that has hundreds of trailers, that half of them are white, to find trailers. That person doesn't have to do that. Otherwise, they wouldn't. It's hard to point at stuff through it. Wow, there are icicles all over this thing. But the first thing I'm gonna do is verify the seal. Cause oftentimes at GE, it ain't right. In this case, it is right. Good job, GE.
Lay down, Sally. No need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you. Sun ain't nearly on the rise. We still got the moon and stars above.
Check into GE, they give you a badge. On your way out, you give the badge back.
Underneath the velvet skies, love is all that matters.
The old rubbing alcohol in the washer fluid reservoir trick ain't much of a trick. I didn't Google it or anything. I've just heard a couple of other drivers mention that, but I dumped the whole bottle in and it started working right away. An hour later, it didn't work, and well, it's still not working now. And it's a lot of snow up here in Louisville, so there's a salty little haze on my windshield that I'm trying to see through. Guess I'll have to stop and do it the old-fashioned way. I know it looks foggy from your perspective, but it is not foggy. It's a crystal clear day, just my windshield is far from it. You guys see what I've been trying to see the road through? Man, $2.99 for rubbing alcohol. Well, that's better. Hopefully I will maintain clear viewing the rest of my trip, but it's already starting to freeze on the windshield. But hey, before I get back on the road, I think it'd be fun if we'd all play a little game. I'll do an impersonation, and you guys in the comments guess who I'm impersonating, okay? Here we go. I walk in the Wendy's to get me one of them sausage bananas. I like mustard on mine, but the real reason I walked into Wendy's to get me some of these fried taters.
Don't you ever leave, lay down, Sally. I'm resting in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally. There's no need to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long just to talk to you.
If I told you guys how my day, which is my week, is starting out, you guys would think I'm making it up. This is the 5th place that I've been so far today, and I've used just under 4 hours of clock and ain't got much of shit done. This is my first pickup here. But that's the door I'm getting ready to back up to. But that BMW was in my way. Best case scenario, I would have took his mirror off. What's up, people? A little bit of time has passed since I talked to you guys in this video. I have made an Apple Watch video and also a live video, kind of like in between when this video is actually recorded. But you're just now seeing it. But it is Friday. I'm parked at a Walmart. I just had a fantastic gyro at a little Greek restaurant that's across the parking lot. I love those things, especially when they got that cucumber sauce and the feta cheese and everything and the shaved lamb meat. Hard to beat a good gyro. But today, it would not be hard to beat the bullshit I have experienced today. Now, I don't have video evidence of this, but let me tell you this story. I got to the grill yard last night. I had a message to go pick up an empty at Granger, and then I was picking up the load that was bringing me here to Shelbyville, Tennessee. Well, I get to Granger, there wasn't any empties. I call into dispatch, and they're like, no, man, we had a trailer for you at the grill yard. Got an airline lock on and everything. It's waiting on you. I was like, that would have been good to know while I was at the grill yard. Well, somebody was supposed to send you a message, but nobody did. I get to the grill yard, I start riding around looking for that trailer. It's not there. I go check in with the shop, and they're like, oh, well, some other driver came in and said, needed the trailer that, dispatch had. So we unlocked it and gave it to him. We didn't know it was you. So then I went to some Trans Power or something like that in Greer. After I got through the gate, I saw like 5 trailers. I went to check and see if they were empty, but the doors weren't latched. And you kind of know what that is. That's somebody that came before you, opened it up, saw it was loaded, and said, to hell with this thing, don't even shut it. There was 4 of those, no empty trailers. But eventually, I finally got an empty trailer at BMW, and then I went and got a live load. It was pretty quick. I came up here to Tennessee for a live unload. My next load was in the same town, so that means 0 miles. So I drove, you know, the 17 miles away that it was. My appointment time was 12 o'clock Central Time. I got there at 11:22 Eastern Time. She said, oh, well, we can take 2 hours before we pay detention pay. And, well, they took that and then some. It was a little over 3 hours, and my clock ran out while I was waiting to get loaded. I sent a message to dispatch about an hour and a half prior to my clock running out, saying, hey, my clock's going to run out while I'm here, and I'm not staying at this place for the next 10 hours. And I let them know I'm going to drive to a Walmart that's 7 miles away. I asked, was that okay? They said yes. The clock ran out. I finally got loaded. I sent another message saying, I'm going to Walmart 7 miles away to do my 10-hour break. And, well, that's where I'm at now. I'm going to be starting up about 1 a.m. and headed to Ellenwood, Georgia, right next door to the U.S. Express terminal, but I will not be going by there. Hopefully I will be in and out and get another load and try to have a 500-mile day. Yesterday, well, yesterday's shift, you know, there was a midnight mixed in the middle of it. Wasn't even 400. It was like 339 miles, so I'm kind of starting out behind the 8 ball. I used a buttload of time, but I'm going to go in and edit that time. I'm not going to show you guys that now because I'm tired. I'm ready to get some rest, and I'd really like to be editing this video, but I'm going to get some rest instead. So tell you what, remind me to show you guys how to edit logs in the morning, okay? I'll see you then. Time to get up. That's some good coffee. Well, it's time to start a Saturday morning shift. Now, wasn't there something you guys were supposed to remind me about? Ah, yes, editing e-logs. Most e-logs are going to be similar to this. I call this Qualcomm, but it actually says OmniTracks on it. But you see the tabs at the top. We're in the status bar right now, which tells me all the information about my current status, and we have summary, graph, day log, 8-day log, approved log, and load. Let's take a look at 8 days and approved. This keeps track of the last 8 days. It has the date, the miles, the amount of driving time, and the amount of on-duty time, which is a combination of driving and on-duty time. Yesterday is spread over the course of 2 days. I started a little before midnight, which is where that 28 miles, but there's also an hour and 11 minutes of on-duty time used, and then the rest of the day, which had 13 hours and 52 minutes of on-duty time. I did not log anything other than my break as off-duty yesterday. Now we're going to change that. Now if we go to the approved tab, which no editing can be done to logs that are already approved. So these have not been approved yet. But if I scroll through, here's one block of time where I logged 3 hours and 6 minutes of on-duty time. This happens to be time I was at the shipper yesterday, and it took over 3 hours to load me. There's another one where I was getting unloaded, and it took an hour and 8 minutes of on-duty time. Another time of 34 minutes of on-duty time. That happened at, I think that's when I was getting loaded. These others are places I was at trying to get empty trailers. Now I could hit approve all and it would approve all of that, and then that's on my logs right there, and there's no changing it. But let's do a bit of editing. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. I can just change the whole duty status to off duty. I hit X, it wants some type of explanation there. For an example, this chunk of a little over an hour's worth of time. You can also split it if that makes you feel a little better. I hit edit, the little scissor up here at the top, it's going to cut that in half. It was an hour and 8 minutes. You hit the scissors, it cuts it in half. It's 34 minutes each. One's on duty, and then one can be off duty. And then once again, it wants an explanation. I generally just put an X in the box, but that's up to you guys. Now this block of 3 hours. Now I arrived to this appointment almost 2 hours early, but the way they dispatched me, I was going to be out of time if I waited till 12 o'clock to arrive. And then when I asked the lady to write the in and out times on my bills, she was adamant about that particular shipper. They say they're allowed 2 hours to load, and then that time actually doesn't start until your appointment time. So in other words, even though I applied for detention pay, I have not got anything back saying I'm going to be paid detention pay. And a lot of your companies, and they're totally absolutely going to tell you this at orientation 100% of the time, if you want to receive detention pay, you need to log it all as on duty. Yeah, there's a little debate to that, but I'm pretty sure Trucker Jim will be paid 0 detention time for the 3 hours I was at that shipper, just because of the circumstances I just described. So the question is, do I want that 3 hours and 8 minutes to come off my 70, and I'm not going to make a penny of time during that 3 hours? The answer is very simple. Hell no. And you've seen in other episodes, I would get back to the terminal with like 8 minutes, 2 minutes left on my 70-hour clock. Now, if I said every minute counts, that might be exaggerating a bit, but that is pretty close to the truth. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my time back. You just simply highlight it, it turns yellow, hit the edit box, and in this case, I'm not going to cut it in half. I'm going to take it all back. There we go. Now that's off duty. You hit OK. It asks for an explanation of some sort. I'll just put an X in the box. OK.
Drive time.
Now when we go back to the 8, that was over 13 hours of on-duty time that I used yesterday. Now it's down to 10. That's a little more manageable. The summary tab here, that gives you a running view of your week so far. I'm only one shift, well, I'm getting ready to start the second shift into my week, so I've got 58.5 hours left. But those are the main points of how to edit logs. Once again, there is no editing of drive time. You know, that's really the most important. That's, you know, well, that's where we make our money, but that's also where the DOT hours of service, in my opinion anyway, is really in place for, so drivers aren't out on the road, you know, driving 100 hours a week, being tired, causing accidents, and that sort of thing. As far as on duty time, that does take away from our 70, but in all reality, we're not getting paid for any of that. So guys, manage your clock, be smart, but be safe. But it's time to get back trucking.
I long to see the morning light, color in your face so dreamily. So don't you go and say goodbye. You can lay your worries down and stay with me. Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to?
All right, I am at my delivery here in Ellenwood, Georgia, getting ready to go check in. Hopefully, this will be a quick drop in the hook, and I'll be on my way to Adairsville to Lowe's to get my next load. All right, that was easy. Just gotta drop this one, grab my empty on the way out, and I will be on my way. What's up, guys? 583 miles are in the books, but I'm in Tupelo, Mississippi. There's a Planet Fitness right here, but I'm not getting ready to work out. Nope, I'm getting something to eat. There's a Texas Roadhouse right up the way here. It's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was gonna make some salmon and some broccoli, but I'm gonna be shut down for a little while because I can't deliver until 7 in the morning. And I got this video you're watching now that I'm gonna edit from start to finish and get it uploaded. So I'm gonna get something to eat first. Thank you. All right, everyone, I'm at the Texas Roadhouse, and since it's Saturday, and I ain't got nowhere I gotta be till in the morning, Truckin Jim is eating good. Ribeye, ribs, vegetables. For those of you that are Facebook friends with me, I posted a picture of Boone earlier today because it's Boone's birthday. And eating this steak and these ribs is really making me miss Boone. Because usually, Boone gets 1 or 2 of these, and you know, I certainly don't split my steak with him, but I give him a little bit, and he's always so appreciative. So if you're watching this, Boone, happy birthday, buddy. Quick little update on Planet Fitness. They are all not open 24/7. This one's 24/5, but don't open until 7 o'clock on Sunday morning. So I got to get on the road. I'm going to head to Love's and fuel up, and my intention is to take a quick shower there and then head on to the Lowe's store for my delivery in Memphis, Tennessee. But I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch this. If you like this video, be like Big Stan and give it the thumbs up. But until next time, be safe out there and keep on trucking.
Lay down, Sally. There's no leave to leave so soon. I've been trying all night long.